Sup, it's your unfriendly red rat neighbor, Kevin Carnage, and I'm back with another one. This is What If Deku Was in Apocalypse. This specific What If was given to me by Six Meister of the Meister Clan. His link will be in the description with others such as Kidzus of Kidzus Studios, Zoku Meister, Liam Meister, number 8, just to name a few. These are What If creators that I personally think are amazing. Go to the link, over to their page and tell them the Carnage Man sent you. Don't forget to like, leave a comment down below. Also subscribe. That subscribe would be appreciated. And stuff, you know. So let's get straight into it. We're gonna start off with my usual trope, a young Deku. Because then I usually say it a lot. Yeah, I do. But a young Deku, probably like 5 years old, coming from a quirk doctor, I do that part a lot too. Um, uh, just came. His name was told that he would be quirkless, blah blah blah. He cried, shit happened. His mama cried, shit happens. But Deku took this up as an opportunity to sharpen his mind, getting a scientific award at the age of 12 years old, because then he took that time to study, understand, and he was planning on doing something to make himself a hero, but it was basically like a suit or some shit. But throughout that time, his ambition changed, and he saw the light to save the world in his own way, per se. So what were we getting at with this? We were like fucking getting somewhere good. Then I blanked out. Give me a sec. Hang on. Yo, so Deku, isn't any depressed. He's well known. Granted, he was fucking bullied temporarily at school, but when he started excelling at fucking his academic fucking fields of studies, he was recognized and given higher studies to accomplish. And Deku kind of flicked his mind to a situation where complex equations, complex anything to be precise, Deku probably would take a little time to solve it, but he would solve it. He even came up with a few complex equation. In fact, he was the youngest kid in college at this moment in time, because he didn't focus on entering the Hero Academy. In fact, remember, he is more focused on, he could save the world by inventing something that would, be exist forever. And he kind of discovered something that he was and is working on. He is working on in secret, but later on we'll get to that whole situation and stuff. So one day Deku was sitting at home, and a bunch of government officials came up and asked Deku for assistance and stuff. And they told Deku's mom that he would be hailed as a hero if he completes this task. And a few months back, a something crashed on planet Earth, with the government confiscating it. And now they're studying what the hell it is, because it's highly radiant. I mean, its content is filled of radiation. I'm guessing, but a form of radiation not known to planet Earth. So they tried all kind of scientists, with some scientists getting affected by this object, and some scientists just giving up, to be precise, because they couldn't understand the dynamics of what this object is. And basically they turn to fucking the last resort, and that was Deku. Seeing that Deku was slightly a scientist at this time, not really as recognized as um, you know, famous scientists like some scientists I don't really sure about. Um, anyway, um, so Deku accepts. Deku's mom's accepts, and they move out of their little house, and they went down to the science lab, the secret lab or some shit. We're gonna call it Area 18. They went to Area 18, and Deku is thrilled to see scientists he read about, scientists he learned from, and some scientists he saw that kind of messed up, and he corrected their mistakes were there as well. So there will be a few conflicts and a few conversation that mind you me, I am not getting into graphical details about, because my major intelligence is like a fucking 12. And that's low. I was like fucking a C plus student in school, if you could say. I like not bad, but not good, but not dumb. Like fuck, I never got an F throughout my entire time in primary school, middle school, in fucking high school. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm not sure. So it's preschool, primary school, and high school. I didn't go to college because expensive. But anyway, yeah. So where were we? Oh yeah, about the complex fucking conversation that would happen a lot. As Deku was then now given a suit to observe the object, calculate the variables, and the how was that science thing in classroom goes again? But the steps to coming to a scientific conclusion, right? So Deku did all that, and he works tirelessly for about 3 years, but he shown that he was like the only one that was not planning on giving up on the object. And one day Deku find information about this object that it could power the entire world if um contained correctly and stuffed. And Deku then designed the energy generator as to generate energy for the entire world. So they haven't figured out what the fuck it is. They just know it's highly not highly, but it's radiation is off the scale. And Deku figured out a way to extract the energy out of this unknown object. Right now they call it ZX particles. And everyone was kind of happy. Everyone that pitched in, that helped, because then Deku didn't do it by himself. Mind you, me, of course, he spent more time on it, but he didn't do it on himself. They all came up with a fucking energy generator or some shit, and they were planning on holding experiment session, but then the boss, the corporate head, were like, go ahead and unveil it. And then Deku was like, but we haven't tested it. And them being older and assumably thinking they're wiser, decided to tell Deku that he's but a child, and his only means of success is even coming up with the idea that this object, or Sector X, or whatever we fucking called it earlier, I forgot, and unknown object, can be used as a source of energy, clean energy, or in a sense, but blah. So against Deku's word, they did you know do a big unveiling, inviting millions of people from across the globe or some shit, and millions of people attend, and the big corporate guy is like giving his big fucking speech, and Deku is knowing that they should have did a test drive before even presenting it to the public. Is like it's itching on him. He's feeling kind of bad. He's feeling messed up that he actually tried to stop it from being activated, but he got caught, and then he was then placed in a cell. And moments later, the corporate guy did turn it on. Everything seems bright and well, and a couple days passed. Deku was still in a cell, and they finally decided to take Deku out. And the corporate guy again come with his condescending way, action and stuff. And Deku is perplexed, but he still have this uneasy feeling in the pit of his stomach. So he called up his mom and stuff, and knowing what Deku is like right now, he already came up with bunkers and shit like that, and he bought stuff because then Deku is rich. Mayumi, he's only like about 16 years old at this point. And no, he have met All Might. Yes, he still is a fan of All Might, but he has a new goal, and that's trying to save the world in his own way. And this unknown object is like a gold ticket to his dream, but still he doesn't have faith in it at this moment, because he has that uneasy feeling, man. I'm not sure if y'all getting it, but he has an uneasy feeling, and throughout it, he's just fucking contacting friends and families, and tell them where to go, because then he doesn't trust the energy generator and stuff, or the stuff, because it fluctuates between, and the fucking machine doesn't have the capability of, or probably have the capability of keeping up with the unknown object and stuff or whatever. So few months go on like this, and Deku still has this uneasy feeling, but the energy generator was working good. A few glitches here and there, which kind of turned Deku up, and now the entire lab think Deku is kind of going nuts, thinking that the science is going to his mind and he's losing himself. But they should have listened, because a few months later, after a couple months, everything's been running smooth. The corporate guy is making couple billions of trillions of dollars. He's rolling money. Deku is like still getting this fucking urge to shut this fucking machine down, but then he keeps it running even though he feels that feeling. And everyone, whenever the machine glitches, Deku's the first to freak out to try to shut it down, but then the others around him assured him that it's just a small malfunction. We can fix it. No need to freak out and stuff. They should have listened. They should have listened to the freaking out Deku, because this ain't no small glitch now. It's now going to be in a very catastrophic disaster. I mean, billions of people are about to die, and about critical mass is going to be reaching in 8 hours. And Deku is trying his best, but then he knows that there's no way to stop what's about to happen, and it's only for it means is to fucking evacuate as many people as possible. Mind you, me, these people are so fucking, they cut off the power that they were using, and so when this happens, it's going to mess up everything. So anything electronics is going to malfunction immediately. And also that it has this microwave, like that stuff, that EP wave that disrupt all electronics. That will be an after effect, not only an after effect, but the radiation left behind after the explosion, not after the explosion, shit blew up because we passed 8 hours. Deku saved as many people as he can, but sadly to say, Deku got caught in the explosion. So I was just telling y'all what was happening afterwards. So all electronics around the world started failing. Planes started crashing from their spot. Satellites started fucking malfunctioning. So basically speaking, it's the end of the world. And like I said, sadly to say, Deku got caught in the explosion, and we skipped now about 2 more years, and everyone is living in a dried up fucking planet. Because after all that happened, it looked like the explosion caused the Earth to move out of its orbit, and it got a little bit closer to the sun, causing everything to dry up and stuff. And the world is chaos and stuff. And we start off, we head up to a village where we hear a familiar voice saying, we need to get out, get some fucking food and stuff. Fire! Explosion all over the place. And this is Bakugo, and Bakugo, with all his strength and endurance, became a village leader, and he's leading a bunch of misfits, to be exact. And they were they were cannibals. Wait, using the world is drastic change made if you drastic change to the population of the remaining population of society, to be exact. This specific world is going to be specifically fucked up. So if you're not into that, I'm gonna fucking be very, very, very gory shit. Please leave a like, subscribe, then tell me what y'all think about it. But anyway, so they were riling up. They just got a fresh catch, and start the grill. Deku fucking Bami and Bakugo shouts out, gets to the grill, causes an explosion. And if y'all see that movie, I don't remember what its name was, but then they grilled the entire fucking guy and then proceeded to feed the guy to her friend, stating, "Have a piece of your friend." Okay, so so yeah, so they proceeded to fucking roast that guy alive, and in the distance there's something approaching. Like, I mean, it's a dark figure. Yes, it's like, who is that guy? But mind you, me, he doesn't really give a fuck, and that's like later on. We're just going back to Bakugo eating human flesh as they were sitting enjoying their meals. One of the fucking lookouts, or Bakugo said that there's someone on the horizon walking in the direction, and Bakugo asked if he recognizes he's from any other nearby settlements. We're gonna call them settlements, but if y'all hear me call them villages, it's just like a mistake by my part. So if they're from any other settlements, and there's not only one cannibal settlement, so they all had agreements not to eat, like eat from other settlements, so they had that treaty, so they had to look out. So if you're not from a settlement from the carnival settlement, which Massacre one, the settlement in the east, they use hyenas. The settlement from the west, they use piranhas. The settlement from the north, they use how you call those things, man? Um, they're cute. They're cute. They're real fucking cute. Um, but some fucking animal that proceeds to fucking always butcher their children, and Bakugo's fucking settlement uses a vulture. So yeah, um, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so he assured Bakugo that no, it doesn't have any symbol. In fact, it just looks like he's a wanderer. And Bakugo asked if you could, see a very description of his face, and he's like, no, no. And the guy seemingly is walking too, and he's going to be walking through their settlement, and he's trying to get somewhere, and they surround him. Because then they're thinking, uh, a meal just waltzed right into the kitchen, and they didn't have to go look for it. But they're going to be sadly mistaken, as they all charge the mask, because he's wearing a mask, and a creepy mask and stuff. But still, they all charged him, with them being dispatched one by one. And to start with, they're not getting knocked the fuck out. This guy, suddenly, um, blades start appearing from his shoulders and stuff, and he started slicing like a motherfucker. People looking like a fucking diced chicken. You see, when you go to the Chinese store and you ask for an $8 chicken, but you want it cut up, yeah, swing, swing, swing. But there's something strange happening to their body afterwards. After being sliced, they melt, like if they were cut by radiation or something of that type. I mean, so this goes on for a little while, probably like 2 minutes, before Bakugo finally steps in, and a little talk starts happening, but the masked man stays quiet and stuff, and Bakugo started yelling, throwing explosions in the air and stuff, and declaring him the strongest quirk user alive. Is then he fought a lot of quirk users throughout the years, and he defeated them all. In fact, he ate them all to start with, and somehow this person is causing Bakugo, I mean, to tremble inside. Bakugo is experiencing fear, and that's because this mass figure is sending a wave of killing intent Bakugo's direction. And Bakugo could feel this throughout his this 2 years. He could sense this now, because all of the multiple fights he had to go through and stuff. So yeah, so the fight starts, and Bakugo tries his best to evade the blades, but the guy aimlessly evades Bakugo's attack. And as soon as the final blow was about to strike, the blade was placed neatly on the neck of Bakugo. And no, I'm not killing Bakugo as yet. And Bakugo was on the floor with the blade on his neck, about to fucking slice him, but then it didn't touch skin at all. But why would that be? Because then one of his subordinates tried to intervene, and Deku just gave him a tiny cut. Now you're gonna see why is that. Because then the guy then proceeded to start melting from that small cut, writhing in agony till he was nothing but a, green puddle on the floor. Din 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 din. But anyway, this is where we're going to be leaving this one off. Don't forget to go to the link in the description. Holla at Six Meister, Liam, Kid Zeus, all them my niggas, and stuff. Don't forget also to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what y'all think about this one, and you know, tell a nigga what's up, cause a nigga wanna hear from you. I haven't been hearing shit for a while now. You know what I mean? But anyway, so there's no general reason why I didn't post up yesterday. You know what there was? I was drinking, I was fucking high. That's it. I had a major headache and stuff. So I didn't want to see my phone. So I'm doing this now, and it will be uploading earlier than usual, so y'all could enjoy yourselves. But anyway, again, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description. Holla at Six, holla at Kid Zeus, all them boys. They make wonderful what if. I guarantee y'all gonna love this. Their what ifs. I promise you, y'all gonna love their what if as much as y'all gonna love my what ifs as well. Because then they provide me with all the necessary information I need to come up with beautiful and wonderful what if is such as this. But anyway, this is Kevin Carnage, and I'll see you in the next one. Holla at a nigga, say whoop.